Okay, so I'm at camp. Everything's set up. Got my hammock done. I do like to sleep in a hammock. I did tent for a long time, but I find the hammock is a lot more comfortable. It's easier to deal with. You're not on the ground. I don't have to clear out a bunch of area. You know, I mean, obviously, if you're a couple, you know, you're with somebody, you know, a tent is much nicer than a hammock, but I tend to hammock camp most of the time. I do have a little underquilt on there, even though I am in Florida and it's supposed to be, you know, mid 40s to 50s overnight. To me, I don't like to be cold, so I do have that little homemade underquilt. It's actually just a lightweight sleeping bag that I just fashioned to be an underquilt, so it works as a sleeping bag or works as an underquilt. Works fine. The hammock, I think that's about my 4th hammock that I'm on. At some point I'll do some reviews on hammocks. Still not the best. The best so far, but you know, there are a couple things that I think, you know, can be changed that are necessarily kind of inherent with hammocks that have the mosquito netting showing. It always kind of gets in your face no matter what. So, but either way, it's a pretty comfortable hammock, I have to admit that. So I'm just burning down some coals. I've got Italian sausage for dinner, which is still pretty chilly. That's about an hour drive to get here, and then 4 hours hiking. So 5 hours wrapped up in this bag in my pack, and still cold. So I don't have to worry about it spoiling. If I was going to go for a couple days, I'd take that Reflectix, which is what you can buy it at Home Depot. It's bubble wrap with aluminum foil on it. You can wrap it up in that, and I've had stuff that by the second day, the middle of the second day, it's still frozen solid. You know, a steak that I brought with me. So, but this is just an overnight, so I'm not doing it. I'm gonna have the sausage with this Barilla pre-made pasta. It says on it it's fully cooked. You only have to put it in the microwave for 60 seconds. I think that's a lie, but it is mostly cooked. So what I do is I will just throw it in a pan. I do have my little cook kit here. So I'll just throw it in this pan, put a lid on it with some water, and heat it up, and that pretty much takes care of it. And then I'm going to throw in some pesto sauce at the end, mix it up with sausage. It's great. I've done it before. I do have a little fold up knife and fork. I mean, you can get these in titanium, but I'm not going to pay 20 bucks for a little knife and fork. But they're lightweight, they fold up. They actually fit in my cup with the little stove. I do carry an alcohol stove, little cat food alcohol stove, which I'm drinking tea right now, made with that. And it all fit, the stove and the silverware fit in there, so that's perfect. And I do have, actually my cook kit has another plate part that can be turned into a little fry pan or a plate or a fry pan. I'm not using that tonight, but it does have it. And I bring a grill. This is actually a Treved, which, you know, you're supposed to put hot stuff on so it doesn't damage your table. But I use it as a grill. So I'll get a bunch of coals, I'll move the coals over, throw this on top of it, and then cook the sausage. Works great. Done it for years. I've had that same one for years. I bought it at a flea market for $3. And I use these long tongs, which are fantastic. It's a little easier in this kind of fire setup to move stuff around, but when you're in a fire ring, which usually is half a barrel, you know, the barrel's cut in half and set into the ground, it's really hard to reach in there and move wood around or stuff without burning yourself. So these long tongs work fantastic. They're very lightweight. You know, it's easy to move the wood around. You know, you just clean them off a little bit before you start cooking with them, and it's fantastic. I actually wish I had a little bit longer pair if they made them, but they're great. Much better than trying to find a stick to, you know, a fire poking stick to move stuff around. The tongs work fantastic. So, and that's about it. I mean, it's a pretty simple setup. I mean, I think my whole weight was around 26 pounds, not including water. You know, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22. If you buy food that's pre-cooked and you're just heating it up, it already has the water in it. Where if you buy food, you know, even if you take instant noodles that you're going to cook at the site, you have to bring the water with it. So no matter what, you're carrying water, and water's heavy. You know, I mean, and the metric system's pretty easy, 1 kilo for 1 liter. But U.S., I think a gallon is like 8 pounds. You know, and I on average 6'2", 200 pounds. On a hot day, I will drink 1.5 liters. I mean, I actually refill these smart water bottles because this will last me about 1.5 days. You know, and this is 1.5 liters, so I know exactly how much it weighs. But yeah, if I didn't have the water and food, sausage, which is heavy because it's also full of water, I probably would be in my 20s, 22 pounds, 23 pounds maybe, which is, you know, it's easy. So once again, just showing that it does not have to be difficult. You know, simple setup, go enjoy the outside. Right now it is perfect. I sent a picture to a friend of mine and they said that they were envious because, you know, they're at home with noisy kids running around. So anyway, okay, so that's about it. Just making it simple. Okay, cheers.